What's up, car lovers? Welcome back to Timeless Motors. Today, we're celebrating the forgotten muscle cars that were once overlooked but are now some of the most hunted legends in automotive history. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And now, lights, camera, action.
One of the strangest and most fascinating corners of automotive history isn't found in the Mustangs and Camaros splashed across posters and movie screens, but in the muscle cars that almost vanished from memory, overlooked in their time, yet now hunted by collectors with deep pockets and even deeper passion. These are the machines that never had billion-dollar marketing campaigns or decades of legend behind them. Yet they carry stories just as powerful, performance just as aggressive, and rarity that can ignite bidding wars the moment they appear at auction.
In the late 1960s and early 1970s, as Detroit's Big Three battled in a horsepower arms race, a handful of incredible vehicles slipped under the mainstream radar. Some were built in tiny numbers, some came from weaker brands, and others arrived just as the muscle car era itself was coming to an end. Take the AMC Rebel Machine, for example, a one-year-only monster built in 1970 with a 390 cubic inch V8 and bold red, white, and blue graphics. Only about 2,326 were ever produced, making a well-preserved example today the equivalent of discovering buried treasure. Another forgotten gem is the Ford Torino Cobra. Produced in limited numbers with fearsome 429 V8 engines, it was overshadowed by more popular Ford models of its day, yet today it ranks high on rarity lists and collector wish lists alike. Then there are cars that barely existed at all, like the AMC AMX3, a mid-engined, Italian-designed marvel of which only 6 were ever built. Every surviving example is now considered almost mythical among serious collectors.
What makes these machines so compelling isn't just their rarity, but the fearless engineering and creative freedom of an era when American automakers were willing to take bold risks. Some models, such as the Chevrolet Corvette ZL1, were produced in numbers so small, sometimes fewer than a dozen, that they now command multi-million-dollar prices at auction. Others, like the 1970 Oldsmobile 442 W30 convertible or the Dodge Coronet W023 Superstock, were casualties of corporate shifts and limited production decisions, leaving behind only a handful of survivors.
The economics of this world are just as fascinating. Many of these forgotten muscle cars are now outperforming famous classics in value growth, not just as investments, but as irreplaceable pieces of automotive history. Recent barn finds and rediscoveries have sent shockwaves through the collector community, like a 1970 Plymouth Fury GT uncovered after decades in storage, still wearing its original high-output engine and instantly becoming the subject of preservation-focused restoration rather than modernization.
These discoveries remind us how many forgotten legends may still be sleeping in sheds or resting in fields, waiting for someone to recognize their true worth. They may never have enjoyed showroom glory, but that very obscurity has become part of their mystique, the underdog machines that slip through the cracks only to be revered decades later by those who truly understand what they represent. And that is why these once-forgotten muscle cars are proving they deserve a place alongside the most celebrated names in automotive history, quietly powerful, stubbornly rare, and absolutely unforgettable.